Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jillian, I'm an artist, and in these videos I show my art process. We paint, we collage, we do all of the things, and so this is going to be another video, episode I think 4 at this point, of Let's Fucking Paint. So let's fucking paint. It's going to be a mixture of painting and collage in this one. For some reason, I forgot to mention that the whole point of what I'm doing on this channel is I'm creating a tarot deck of all new original art. So that's what we're doing on this channel, and that's what we're doing today. This is the one I just finished in the last video, and there is, painting, there's collage, there's a little bit of everything, and it's very dreamy and magical. I absolutely love how this one turned out, and I love that I did this darker background. Today we're going to be doing something kind of similar but kind of different. In today's video, I want to tackle a major arcana card, and this time it's going to be the Heirophant. Now, it's like the most boring card in the tarot. You pull it and it's like the colors are dull, there's like maybe some red, but then there's just this kind of priest pope guy, and it just seemed kind of uninspiring to me. So I was thinking about this and I was like, what even is a Heirophant? So apparently a Heirophant is actually like a spiritual leader who interprets the mysteries of existence and leads people into this journey to know the unknown, into basically it's kind of like a spiritual teacher. The Heirophant has keys at his feet, sort of maybe representing the keys to the kingdom, the key to understanding what is like behind the secret door, which is neat. And there's also flowers in that card that are representing like passion and purity. So that's the rose and the lily, which are the things necessary to attain spiritual enlightenment. Well, that's all well and good, but I wanted to do something a little bit more unique and interesting, because to me, a spiritual teacher is someone who has a lot of incredible wisdom, who is an emblem of that crazy wisdom. It's a person who has great insight, who has incredible experiences to draw this wisdom from. And my ideal Heirophant is a little trippier than just a pope sitting on the damn throne. So let's see what I've got in store. P.S. We have a special guest in the studio today. Can you guess who it is? This is my dog Bjorn. Isn't he so cute? He's a little camera shy, and he usually doesn't hang out with me in the studio, but I've been trying to bring him in the mornings just for an hour. Look at that fluffy husky boy. He's my little baby, he's my best friend. Bjorn! Bjorn! They approach. So, because I loved this one so much, I loved how the colors just really pop off of the black canvas, I'm gonna do the same thing for the Heirophant. I feel like if the Heirophant is sort of leading us into this mysterious place, taking us on a spiritual journey, that requires one to go through the dark, doesn't it? So she's actually gonna be at night, dark background like this, in a juniper tree forest, and she's gonna have eyes on her crown and gonna be holding a thyrsus. And if you don't know what a thyrsus is, I'll explain that later. But there's a lot of cool symbolism that's gonna go into this. I already basically have most of the idea figured out. This is our Heirophant chick. Isn't she cool? The AI, I was asking the AI to give me something that was like a Byzantine saint, and a lot of them were pretty similar to each other, but this one had a cool pose, sunglasses, and a really neat crown that I can start to work off of. So the plan for her, I will coat her with some varnish, cut her out, and then I will paint over her clothing and her crown and her jewelry and whatnot, but I'm going to leave the face in color. So this will give like a neat kind of starting base thing to work with, a subject. I have prepared these two photos of my own hands to go with her. They're sort of to scale roughly, and this one's going to be sort of the blessing hand that, I'm like, is it Girl Scouts or is it, it's this, it's the blessing, and then this is going to be her hand that's on the other side holding the thyrsus scepter. I also have a ton of different collage type items that I might want to use for these next two pieces on hand already. I guess I'm wanting this Heirophant, spiritual, mystical leader, sort of be evocative of the spirits of here, like in a way, leading me into the wilderness and teaching me the mysteries of this planet and of myself and of this land. There's going to be scrub jays or pinion jays, there's going to be juniper berries, there's going to be flowers, there's going to be moths, there's going to be a lot of things, and most importantly, there's going to be a Heirophant with fucking blue sunglasses. So let's start the painting. Day 1. So here I'm just going to paint right over that canvas. It's always okay to change your mind if you don't like an idea that's an old idea from a year ago. Then I'm cutting out the figure and the hands. And I had done a little bit of Photoshop pre-work to figure out how exactly the hands should look, but I'll go over that in the next video. Then while the canvas is drying, I'm just going to cut out some birds that I think I might want to use and some flowers for the composition. Definitely want to have blue again, as well as these nice blue birds. And those birds are called pinion jays. We have them at my house. Now I am laying out how I want the figure to be on the canvas, and I've cut out her shoulders and instead traced them on so that I'm only gluing on what's really necessary, and then positioning the hands as well. What I learned from the last video is that if I actually include any of the body that I'm going to end up painting over, it ends up being like fine lines, but here you can see the registration marks that I make. That's what I mean. I just make little pencil lines around where I want it to be glued down so that I have a guide when I want to glue it down of where exactly it needs to go. Then I'm gluing. Elmer's glue stick, baby. I ain't going back. And pasting it on, just being careful to smooth out any bubbles along the way. And they're down. That's it. Pretty much straightforward. Then I'm going right in and painting her cloak. I loved the burgundy from the last one, so I'm just copying my same idea. Drawing in or painting in sort of where the arms will go, and then I've painted over the jewelry with the brown to match the background, as well as giving it a low light on the cloak. Wow, this is pretty cool looking. She's got her cloak, sunglasses, super trippy. I realized that the tattoo, which is my tattoo, is actually a mirror image. So it says love backwards right now. So I will probably give her a little bracelet to cover that up. I'm wanting her to have sort of a similar vibe to this one. So I think I'm gonna do the clouds on her background, and then we're gonna come in with juniper trees and pine and some foresty vibes. So I decided to give her some clouds, starting with dark brown and then going into blue. The clouds are looking really cool, and now what I'm wanting to do is go over that with juniper tree, coniferous type tree. I have a couple of reference photos for what they look like. I've never painted such a thing before, so we'll see if I can do it. So for this, I started by laying in some brown for like a trunk and some sticks, just as a guide of where I wanted to put the little pines. And I started with just kind of some swoopy, swipey brush strokes in a dark color, and then I'm going in with a slightly lighter color of green, then going up on top because I wanted it to be more of an arbor situation, and I ended up kind of rounding it out and making it look pretty cool. And then I also went in with an even lighter shade of green, so there's sort of a three-tone thing going on. Then I'm adding little dots for these juniper berries, just peppering them throughout. No rhyme or reason to it really, just in little clumps and clusters. And then I added a highlight to just a few of them to make them pop just that little tiny bit more, just a little bit of sparkle. Now I'm gonna go in with the lighter burgundy color for highlighting her cloak dress thing, just so that she pops off the canvas a bit more. And so I'm taking the lighter burgundy color and then blending it while it's still kind of wet on the canvas with the darker burgundy color. That's the main body color of her cloak dress thing. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward, just gives it a little bit of extra dimension. Alrighty, just about the end of day one right here. I think she's turning out really, really cool. I'm really enjoying this arbor type style juniper berry situation. It reads as that, so I'm pleased with that. The berry details are really cool. I like how they're kind of two-toned. Some of them are a little brighter, some of them are darker. Yeah, thinking about having these little guys in the composition, kind of resting on her blessing hand. It is, I keep doing the Girl Scouts. Scouts on her. Birds flying into, or like maybe over here sitting in the trees. The Heirophant card has like 2 columns on either side of him. And so, because tradition, because institution. Well, this is the institution of the fucking woods. So we have columns of juniper in the night. I just think it's really, really pretty. Glad that I decided to go in with this little highlight. Also, I'm super glad that I decided to cut completely out the shape that she's gonna be and just trace where the shoulders are. I should have been doing that with the other ones, but that makes it so that this is kind of more seamless looking. Her staff, I wanted to be a pine cone topper. And so either I will have to figure out how to paint a pine cone, or I'm gonna have to get a printout of a pine cone. Yes, she's looking very, very fun, and I can't wait for tomorrow. Tomorrow, probably I will paint over all of this crown stuff with like a copper color, and then go over that again with a gold color, and then regular colors, and do like patterns and accents and things like that. And then as far as the bottom, I'm not sure what I want to do here. I think probably we'll have a garden growing up. There's a special field trip adventure that I'm going to be doing tomorrow, so it's probably only going to be like a half day. The adventure is really great and it's art related. Stick around and I'll see you tomorrow. If you're enjoying this content, please make sure to give it a like and hit subscribe so you can always follow me along my journey into the abyss. Day 2. I'm so excited and I just can't hide it. I'm about to buy some fucking discount frames that are really amazing and they're the right size for my art in Palm Desert, and I think I like it. I like it. Yeah, good morning everybody. It's day 2 of the piece that we're working on currently, and probably gonna be more like a half day because I am going to Palm Desert to purchase some frames. They're 24 by 36 in size, and they're ornate, they're incredible. This lady on Facebook Marketplace was selling them, and it's like 30 bucks each or 3 for 80, and I'm like, damn, fuck yeah. And then she said she had other ones of other sizes, so we're gonna see what she's got. Hopefully we'll find some real friggin' gems. It's gonna be amazing. We're gonna have a little field trip today. Motherfucking Palm Desert, bitches. Yeah, this is some slice of life content right here. Holy crap, guys. Look at that. That is all frames. It's all frames. I feel like I probably got like 8 or 10, mostly really big frames. Did you know that Palm Springs is at like 480 foot sea level elevation off of sea level, and my house is like 5,500 feet above sea level? So we're gonna be making the 5,000 foot trek back home right now. This is where your ears pop. Damn, I'm tired. That was a long journey back with those frames. I'm gonna unload them tomorrow. My road is so bumpy and I forgot to bring blankets, not thinking I'd be taking home like 10 different frames, but I had to drive super slow on the way back just to make sure that they weren't like bouncing up and down and getting damaged. Haven't checked them yet. Hopefully they're all fine, but good God. This lady was not kidding when she said she had like more than just the 3 frames that she listed on Facebook. Like, this was a whole unit with like, I don't know, there were probably 50 different frames in there. Ooh, they're really cool. Lots of different interesting sizes. I cannot wait to see what these look like in the frames. All right, well, I'm back here and let's get into this thing. I think we can round out the day. Let's do it. So, yep, I'm doing the jewelry thing. I'm going in with a darker copper color first, and then I'm kind of filling in how I want the design to look with some lighter gold. It ends up changing a bit, but
It's kind of fun just trying to think of different ways to add a motif with paint. I'm doing a lot of tiny details with it. And yeah, after the afternoon's work, it's looking pretty cool. So we'll probably pick it up tomorrow. I used a lot of little toothpicks actually to make a lot of the dots and design.
Well, that's about it for day 2. Like I said, it was like a short day, and well, I got some of the crown done, and I got some really great frames. So we'll see y'all tomorrow for round 3, and we're probably gonna finish the piece. So nighty night. If you like this kind of content, make sure you subscribe. Day 3. Coming to you grimy for day 3 of this thing. Grimy because I just unloaded all the frames and I'm kind of sweaty, but let's count them because I'm sure there's more than what I imagined initially. All right, we got 1, 2. Doesn't that look fucking awesome? There's 1 there, small one. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, dude. Holy shit, do the math on that. Actually, no, it would be 13 because I actually bought this at the thrift store the other day, so that one doesn't count, but let's do the math. So for 13 of them, these frames all cost me an average of 23 bucks each. Amazing deal. I'm beyond happy with that. Now I have a really crowded studio. Not all of them are completely perfect. Like, this one has kind of a gap right there in the corner, but I can fix that. I can fix anything. A couple of them have chips. I can fix it. I can fix anything. Well, that's pretty exciting. So I think it's time to work on some art today. How about that? Bye.
So the first thing I wanted to do was I wanted there to be more cloud action because some of the clouds I painted went over with the juniper. Then I'm adding more gold and this really cool beaded looking jewelry thing, and a lot of different colors, different accents, just having a really fun time painting all that out. Different colors, yeah, excellent times. Unfortunately, I freaking somehow didn't film the chokers when I did that part, but it looks really cool. Now I'm doing the eye on the top of the little helmet crown thingy. That was toothpick related, again, mostly. Tiny details. Little mystical eye shine for you. Now she's looking really pretty magnificent.
I went to get ready and the weather has turned. It got really cold. I think it's gonna snow. Maybe. A little bit later. So we're warming it up. Let's keep working.
The Heirophant has keys at his feet in the traditional card, so I wanted to add a little key hanging from her hand here. And there's also a trinity involved, so I decided to make it a triangle key, a little skeleton key. Then I'm doing the staff, going in with dark brown first, and then adding highlights afterwards in that kind of copper metallic color. Looks pretty cool and convincing, like wood, I guess. Then I'm adding a little bow, and the thyrsus usually has like a golden yellow bow hanging off of it. So the start of it was this copper color, and then I'm going to go in with the darker gold. Now I'm doing the garden and the greenery. A lot of fun with this part. Just adding little stems as I see fit and enjoying myself. It's most relaxing part of making this stuff, honestly, I think. And I sort of needed some more flowers to fill it in, so I'm just cutting out some more and figuring out where I'd like to place those. And then I'm going to be adding in extra greenery after that to sort of fill in where I didn't already paint it. Just filling out the garden and making it look really super luscious. Looks incredible.
Wow, well, I feel like she's almost done. I want to add like a little trim looking thing along maybe here where the sleeve kind of comes down, and then around like maybe the shoulder area. Glue these down and then put some stars on there.
I was really loving how she looked. I was in love with her, but I didn't know how to do the trim that I wanted to do, so I ended up just making it super minimal, just tiny little flowery dot type things. Yeah, it looked pretty good to me. Then I started placing the final placements of where I wanted all of my butterflies. I made definitely additional butterflies in there and gluing down all my little pieces and bits, birds, flowers, pine cones, etc. Now it's time for the motherfucking stars, bitches. Yes, the stars is where it's at. Little gold dots here and there, big, small, whatever you want. And then adding the antenna of the butterflies and the moths, and that's the final touch, except for this bracelet to cover up my mirror image tattoo that was reverse. Oh yeah, the blue fingernails, 100%. Well, that's about it. So I couldn't finish that day, so let's see what I think of it tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Well, you'll never guess what I woke up to. The weather service told us it was going to be 1 to 2 inches of snow accumulation, and when I woke up at about 7 a.m., it was about 6 inches, and then it kept snowing, and it was 12. It was a foot. So I just, I cleared off the car, I did a few things, I did a little bit of exploration, and just waited for it to stop snowing. It's super beautiful, but one of the things that we had to do was actually sweep out the snow in our house construction. That was a little bit crazy. Not showing my house in any of my YouTube videos just because it's private, but isn't this freaking amazing? The desert just completely transforms when there's snow, and I just feel so incredibly lucky to live in a place where it can be 120 or it can be snowing and sticking. And just exquisite. Oh, this is my walk to the studio that you're seeing right now, and this is the view coming around the back of my studio from our trailer. And look at my little couch. It's totally snowed in. Here's me and Bjorn just enjoying our beautiful walk. He's so excited and happy. We have a great time. We walk and hike in the foot-deep snow on the trails around our house. No matter what condition there is, and especially fun in the snow, just because he's so excited and happy that this is his life, and I'm so excited that this is my life. And yeah, this is us on this one trail and trying to make it through 1 foot deep snow on this trail by our house, and it's just such an amazing time. When I see snow, it makes me so happy I want to cry sometimes. It must be the Montana girl in me. I just absolutely love it. So hopefully you have enjoyed this little winter interlude.
The beer critique. You know what fucking time it is. It's time for the beer critique. Cheers, everybody. Hey, how do you like my winter wonderland? That was a surprise. We were expecting 1 to 2 inches, but we got a foot of snow, dude. That was a huge surprise. Freaking so beautiful. The snow just really transforms the environment, and so fun to explore it with my dog because he's a husky and this is his natural environment. Anyway, beautiful day. Also, real quick, before we get into it, why do we do beer critique? We do beer critique because a little bit of beer will help you back off of your judgmental mind towards your own stuff. At least that's what helps for me, such that you can appreciate what you've done and not be too critical of it. With all that being said, what do we think? What do I think? I mean, a couple of days past when I actually finished it, I have continued to absolutely love it. The main reason that I like this one so much is that I took a traditional tarot card and I took symbolic ideas from that card and I completely made it my own. In the traditional card, like I sort of said before, there's a lot of stuff about tradition, institution. That card is really about religious institutions and religious leaders. And I'm not doing religion, right? And with the decision to make this more of a spiritual teacher emanating the vibe of where I live and the sort of wisdom that I've found from being here and being present in this wild, basically natural environment where there are juniper trees and pine trees and so much wildlife and these beautiful starry nights. I wanted a character that would be that priest for me, that would sort of represent the spirit of the trees and the rocks and the land that I have learned from. Being that the Heirophant is someone that leads you into the mysteries, she's really pulling it off. I was actually sitting here the other night after I was like almost finished with it, thinking about how weirdly, synchronistically, a lot of these symbols that were in the original card ended up showing up in here. For example, in the traditional Heirophant card, there's this thing about threes and a trinity and that kind of like holiness aspect. And I was thinking about, okay, well, I want to include triangles. Maybe I'm going to do like a triangle crown. Then I didn't end up doing that. I did the little eye emblem thing, which is perfect for insight, the third eye, the inner wisdom, the sixth sense. Fucking Thyrsus pine cone staff. They named the pineal gland after the pine cone, and this is sort of like an age-old symbolism of that intuitive knowing. Also, I don't think I ever really described what the Thyrsus is. What it is it's the staff of this Dionysian cult or something like that, where that's the staff they would have. The Dionysian thing, Dionysus? Fuck. It's very much like about hedonism and abundance, like crazy abundance. And the reason I guess I liked that for this is not only because she's in a kind of piney environment and she's all about that insight and that inner wisdom and that knowing, but also because I feel like on the spiritual journey, you have to be like a little bit hedonistic about your enjoyment of the journey. The more that you're kind of obsessed about it, the funner it really is and the more that gets revealed. So that's one part. I think I mentioned the Trinity and the triangles thing. I found this out later. Juniper berries, to the naked eye, produce 3 tiny triangular shaped seeds per berry. What? Did not know that. That's so cool. 3 threes. Oh, it's so interesting. There's a couple more really weird things that happened when I was making this piece. It was almost finished and I came in and I was looking at it. These pinion jays or scrub jays started congregating in the tree outside of my studio and cackling very loudly. They never come over here, dude. They don't come here, so that was really interesting. Another really weird thing was I had cut out this pine cone and I had like blue taped it to the canvas. And when I came back, I walked in the studio and it was just like pine scented. Like suddenly there was an overwhelming pine scent everywhere and I was like, what's going on? I think that the spirits of here are happy that I'm doing some justice to it. What else can I say about it? Generally, it's a really beautiful piece. It's dreamy. It's my own unique interpretation of this card. I think my tarot needs this. So I guess that's it, guys. We did it. We made another piece for this tarot series of art and this series of painting and collaging. Thank you all so much for the friendly comments and for following me along on this journey. I'm so happy that I get to share all of this with you, and honestly going into it was a little bit scary because I'm characteristically not a person who likes to show how and when and where I've fucked up when making something. I don't really like to show my process because I was always of the mind of like, magicians never reveal their secrets, but you know, let's reveal them. I like being able to share this with people because it inspires other people to sort of go on their own creative journeys, and I hope this has been helpful for you all, and it's been helpful for me. Next video, don't look too hard at it, but we're starting another tarot card of the Major Arcana, and it is gonna be crazy. It's so cool, y'all. So I hope you'll follow me along and stay tuned for that. It's gonna be dropping, I guess, a week from when this video drops. Yeah, I have a website, enlightenmentbarbie.com, and I have an Instagram at enlightenmentbarbie. So if you feel like checking out my website and seeing if you like any of my products on there, go have a look. If you want to support me more, do that. And yeah, I'm on the Instagram. You'll see sort of the rich backstory of Enlightenment Barbie through the ages. There's huge evolutions between different processes and styles, and yeah, at some point in the very near future, I will have all of these pieces and other ones in the future available on my website as prints and probably even like tarot posters, as well as journals, framed canvas, and then of course eventually a tarot deck of all new art by me. So, and at some point too soon, in the spring maybe, there will be kimonos with the art on them. And that's gonna be fun. So I hope you guys stick around. Thank you for joining me. Go in peace, spread joy, keep being awesome, and remember, life is but a lucid dream, baby. Hey-ya! If you like this kind of content, make sure you subscribe. See you later.